Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
All right, so I want to talk a little bit about the Virgin Mary, but before I get there, I want to give you, so what I want to talk about is an incident that happened to me. Well, not to me, but I was able to witness a part of it. So I want to speak about that today, just a little bit, not too much, because it really, didn't happen to me, but I was able to witness something just to prove it. So, yesterday I was speaking with somebody. I was speaking to, I was having, it's pretty special conversation. We were having a good conversation and whatnot. But I'm bringing it up because, I was speaking to this person, and we were having a good conversation, and this person was telling me about, when they got hit by a drunk driver and that whole situation. And it's crazy because everything for a reason. My mother-in-law used to tell me that all the time. My mother-in-law used to always say everything happens for a reason. The right place, the right time, the wrong place. All that. Was breaking all that down. So, with that said, my mother-in-law was also a big believer in the Virgin Mary. And, I believe in La Virgen de Guadalupe and all that, and for this reason, this is why I have a lot of faith. But, my faith is a little bit different. I believe it's in all the churches, because we all believe in the same Heavenly Father. We just got different belief system. For example, like me, I got 9 kids, but I have my own personal bond with every single one of my kids because they got their own personal, how do I say, they got their own personal personalities. So it's just like the same thing, we can all be in the same party. We could all be in the same party, right? And have all different, a different experience from that same party. We could be all in the same, same place and have a different story about it. So that's what I believe in religion. We all believe in the same, but we all got personal relationships. So one person's religion ain't wrong just because they don't believe in your religion. One person's faith ain't wrong because they don't believe in your faith. Everybody's right in their own way. Everybody's truth is their own truth. It doesn't mean the next person, since they don't believe what you believe, is wrong, because they have their own personal relationship with our Heavenly Father. So with that said, this person was telling me about when they got hit by a drunk driver, and they went to a Catholic store and looking at a bunch of Virgin Marys, and they were drawn to this one certain Virgin Mary, a Virgen. They were drawn to one certain Virgen, and that's the Virgen they wound up getting. So that's the Virgen they wound up getting, and this Virgen they wound up getting, I'm not going to say too much details, but it has something to do with the place of the drunk driver that hit this person, and the part where this person was from, and the certain church from this person was from. That's where that Virgen was made at. Crazy, just crazy story. And, we got into, how certain things happens for a reason. And, that's a whole different, I can get deep into that story, and I'll make a video about that later on. Remind me, you guys, to make a video of that later on. But this video is more about the Virgen de Guadalupe. And the reason why I'm going to make this because, and this is why I have my own personal faith with our Heavenly Father, because of this certain incident. Because, me growing up, honestly, I probably would have never had faith. But, but I do have faith, and one thing about faith, we can't only have faith when we're going through bad times. We got to remember to have the faith when we're going through good times. We got to think, I ever since my incident, I wake up and I thank our Heavenly Father every morning and every night before I go to bed that I'm here, and that I am blessed for what I still have. But with the Virgen de Guadalupe, I do believe in her for this reason. So I want to talk about that right now. So when I was younger, well, before I get there, my mother-in-law was a big believer in La Virgen, and my family is big believers in La Virgen, and and I forgot what I was gonna say right now. I got a lot of background, but I know, like my god sister, for example, her religion don't believe in La Virgen. I remember one time, we were arguing, and she was saying, no, La Virgen is a whore. She had a lot of kids. But when you break it down, you actually go through the Bible and you understand it. La Virgen only delivered one baby, and that was Jesus. All her other kids, she never delivered them. They were hers. Just like, I got brothers and sisters that are not blood related, but I call them my brothers and sisters. I got cousins that are not blood related, but in all means of the way, they're my cousins. We grew up that way. They're my cousins, no doubt, no ifs, what's, buts about it. And that's what happened with her kids. Like, for example, my sister, she's adopted. No, I'm just playing. She's not adopted, but I like talking shit. So, you got adopted kids. You got kids that grows up in somebody else's homes. They call their parents mom and dad. And that's with La Virgen and her husband. That's what happened with their kids. They did have a lot of kids, but they weren't their. Some were blood related, some weren't, and they called each other brother and sister because that's how they grew up. But her actually only kid that she did deliver was Jesus. So a little history. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I know this because now that I know how to read because Alexa reads it to me. I've read different Bibles. The three main Bibles originally made from three different religions, and all that. And all the books of the lost Bibles and all that. So I understand a little bit more because it's read to me, and that's how I learn more. But so going back to the main reason why I'm making this video is because I want to tell you about an incident when I was little. There was a family member of mine. This person at this time was seeing this certain demon. And this person was scared to close their eyes because every time they closed their eyes, this demon would appear. This person would be at school, so tired because this person hasn't slept, and just kind of nod off for a second, but the demon will wake her up. And so, the weekend, this person's side, the parents brought in different people from different churches, from the Catholic Church, the priest, from the Mormon Church, the pastor, from a Christian church, from even Jehovah's, brought in different people from different churches. And one of them was saying, well, maybe we got to do an exorcist. But this person wasn't being taken over. It wasn't being, I don't know how to explain it. But so anyways, one night, it was a weekend. It wasn't a school night. So they called me to see, this person was way older than me. No, but this person was older than me. And they had called to see if I could stay a night at their house to help keep this person awake. And, we slept out in the living room. This person I can tell you details. It's like yesterday. It's crazy because to me, in my memory, because of this beautiful light that I seen, it's like yesterday. I remember it like yesterday, but I was just a little kid. This person was sleeping to the right of me, on a couch to the right of me, and I was sleeping on the floor. So we were talking. I was sent I was staying out over there to help keep this person awake. We were talking, we were laughing, and well, I ended up falling asleep. Now, I remind you, we had a little tiny light night, so it was pretty dark. We had a little tiny light night, but just kind of you plug in the wall with a little tiny bulb. It didn't really light up shit. And I wanted to fall asleep. Now, in the middle of the night, I wanted waking up. Now, when I woke up, it's a trip because I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I could only move my head to the right. And the only thing else was able to move was my eyes, and that was to look around. But I couldn't look to the right of me. I mean, I was only able to look to my left, but I couldn't look to the right of me where this person was sleeping on the couch. It's like my whole body was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I was able to move my head, but just to the left of me. I was able to move my eyes around, but just enough where I can look down towards the kitchen, up around me to the left of me, but I couldn't look to the right of me. My body was paralyzed. So I tried calling this person's name, but I had no voice. It's crazy because literally I had no voice. It was like I was whispering. It's crazy. But the light that I seen was for the 42 years that, our Heavenly Father allowed me to see. I have perfect vision. It's the most beautiful light I've ever seen in my life. And this is part of the reason why I'm making this video, because the light, I can't even explain it. The only way I can kind of sort of explain it to you guys is it had like a mixture of color into one. It's like I seen all these colors. It was gold, sparkly, purple, or like glittery, blue, red. I can't even explain it. That's how beautiful it was. I can't even explain it. That's the crazy thing. I can't explain this light. And maybe there's a reason why I can't explain it, but it was beautiful. I mean, beautiful. The only other color I've seen since then that I loved was I used to love staring into the clouds, and the clouds was bright white, fluffy looking. I used to love that, looking into the clouds on a clear day in the middle of the day. Some people like looking at the stars. It's beautiful, but to me, the clouds, I used to get lost looking at the clouds. But this light was beautiful, so beautiful I can't explain it. But I couldn't look to the right of me. It's like my body was paralyzed. I couldn't move. My neck wouldn't look to the right. My eyes couldn't look to the right. But I was able to see everywhere else because I was able to experience this light. Now I always believe that happened for a reason. That happened for I can stamp what happened in the morning time. So I want to say, in my head, anyways, it was a good 5 minutes I was allowed to see this light. I don't know how long it took. I was little, but I want to say it was a good 5 minutes. But I could be wrong. It could have been 5 seconds. I don't know. And I wanted going back to sleep. Now, when I woke up in the morning, this person and this person's mom was in the kitchen crying in tears. And I got up and I went over there to find out why they were crying. I'm not going to say what they were talking about because it's this person's story, which this person, I don't know, would ever want to come out here and talk about it. But they were crying in tears. This person said that La Virgen de Guadalupe appeared on her, that it was just kind of floating over this person, así con las manos, like praying on top of her, on top of this person. And the way they explained it, it's like, man, I'm not gonna lie, I really wish La Virgen, the way it was explained, the beautiful light scene would have appeared. I wish I could have seen La Virgen. I wish I could have seen her. But I think La Virgen had me wake up to see this beautiful light that just glue off of her, that not glue, but glowed off of her. It wasn't like flickering, but it was like sparkling and glowing. Can't explain it, but I was allowed to see the light for a reason. And through my whole lifetime, I believe that I was allowed to see the light. The reason why I was allowed to see the light, the reason why I woke up in the middle of the night, for I could stamp that La Virgen appeared to this family member, this person. And I was meant to go over there and stay at night for a reason on this night. And it's crazy because um, after that night, this demon that kept appearing on this person never appeared again. That was the last time this person ever seen that demon's face. And the Vidian did that. And who set down the Vidian? Our Heavenly Father, I'm pretty sure. Our Heavenly Father, plain and simply, no way to put it, he's the man. But, it's a trip because, coming to today, maybe that's another reason why I was allowed to see this light. If I could come on here today and talk about it, talk about, for everybody who's out there that has doubt in the faith, has doubt in whatever the case may be, my message here today is don't lose your faith. The faith is out there, regardless if you're going through hard times, if you're going through great times. A lot of people have a tendency of losing their faith during the hard times, or gaining your faith during the hard times, and only having your faith when you're doing good, or when you're doing good, forgetting about your faith. Never lose your faith. Always keep it in your heart. It's just like when somebody passes that you weren't close to. Eventually, you kind of forget about them. And the same thing with faith. When you're going through good times, you kind of forget about it. And you tend to remember your faith when you're going through hard times. But never lose your faith. Always remember your faith, even if it's just a simple thank you. Or why. Make sure you always keep your faith. And I believe in this faith because, I wish my well, I know my mother-in-law can hear me now. My mother-in-law was a big believer in La Virgen. And, so is my mom, so is my family. And it has, a big part of it could have to do because of this incident that happened to one of my family members when I went and stayed the night. And I was able to see La Virgen's light. But the Virgen didn't appear to me. The Virgen allowed me to see her light for I could stamp that she appeared to this person. And honestly, I can't even explain how beautiful this light is. To this day, all I see now is pitch black, but it's crazy because I still see this light. I can still remember this light. I can still picture like I'm actually seeing it again. And why is that? There's a reason for that, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And so all day yesterday, and all day this morning, I've been thinking about this light. I've been thinking about this incident. After talking, with this special phone call I had yesterday, this conversation. I said, what? And this person would say, you can even talk about it. And maybe that's a whole another reason why I seen that light. For any doubters out there, maybe there's a reason why I'm making this video. Maybe that's another reason why I was allowed to see that light, knowing what would my future would be. And I'll be here today making this video where people can see it and understand a little bit that there is hope, there is faith. And I seen La Virgen's light. I didn't see La Virgen, but I seen her light firsthand. The Virgen was literally right to the right of me, appearing to the person that was on the couch. And, she allowed me to see her light. And not the whole fact that she appeared on me, but because she was appearing to the person to the right of me. I was there. I witnessed it. And it's honestly speechless and unexplainable, but it's the truth. It's something that really happened. And I wish I could have told my mother-in-law this story while she was here, but I know she's up there now. She's listening. And I know she knows it's true. um, but it's crazy because after that, this person never seen that demon again. So, it's a trip. It's a trip. I'm gonna leave this video with that. There's so much more I can say, but I'm not. Maybe I'll make a video another time about it. If you guys leave a comment or whatever you guys want, maybe I'll make another video about it. And then later on, I'll make another video about how it's crazy. Like my mother-in-law used to tell me all the time, everything happens for a reason, and the timing of the reasons. Sometimes people meet up for certain reasons at a certain time. It's crazy. I can get real deep into that too, especially with my son's passing away and certain things that's happened. That's another conversation for another video that I can make later on. But with that said, you guys, make sure you tell your loved ones you love them before you leave your house, because you're not guaranteed to make it home. Be blessing, stay blessed. I'm out.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
They're late and turning me off.